Hello and welcome to the Primal Fear Guide of 2022. So, if you are new to this channel, you may not know that I did one in 2021. That is still a perfectly good guide, but this is going to be a new, updated, comprehensive version, as there were some things I missed in the first one and people were not very happy with me, which is rightfully so. I missed very important information. So I'm here to amend that as well as give you a better guide. So, in this guide we're going over nothing but the tiers. This ends at Spirit and Chaos. I've kind of jumped the gun there. So this will not go into any boss tiers. So if you want a guide on that, then obviously leave a like on the video and leave it in the comments. Let me know. Anything else you want, any other kind of guides, tips, tricks, anything you need. If you're watching this video, I'm guessing you are playing Primal Fear or looking to play Primal Fear. If that's the case, why not check out the Primal Fear series that's going on currently on my channel? And while you're there, why not subscribe? Because it seems that only 1% of you have subscribed. Really? Just one of you? 1%? Come on. We can do better than that. So take time now, go down, subscribe. Or do it at the end of the video once you find out if you like me or not. So, why am I naked? This because this is the first guide. This is the bread and butter. I hope that's an expression. The basics. That's in case that's a bit too of a British expression. So, let's crack on, shall we? I'll try to stop the British expressions. Before we get into anything else, I'm currently using the awesome Spyglass mod, which is here. Which is what, as you can see up here, if we look at this trilobite, gives me information. That's that. That's the mod, if anyone's wondering. Incredible mod, I would definitely say use it. If you are having any kind of modded series, as it helps tremendously. To start off any other ARK playthrough, you gotta start off with the vanilla dino. This is the basic, the base of all your new dinos. I don't need to tell you what these guys do. You should know by now if you played ARK. So skip straight past them. On to the Toxic. Toxics are the first stage of Primal Fear. Their stats are 3 times better than the vanilla. Obviously, it depends on the dino. That's why these stats aren't as good as that stats. It depends on the dino and the level. On average, these guys are 3 times more powerful. This is the Toxic Zombie Dodo, as you can see. Beautiful, beautiful design. Toxics are the first stepping stone and can deal torpor. So if you want an easy, if you want a dino to help you with some easy knockouts, this is your guy. Obviously, maybe not the Dodo. Maybe one of the other versions of Toxics. In this guy, you need the Toxic Kibble. Once we start getting some eggs laying from these guys, we can move on to Alpha. Now, I put the Raptor here for a certain reason. These are different to your vanilla ARK Alphas. They're not the same. But so, if you play the Primal Fear mod, you'll get Alpha Raptors Primal Fear version and Alpha Raptors ARK version. Those ones are not tameable, so don't get mistaken, because it could end badly. These guys, to help you out, don't have the glow. If you see the glow, don't try and tame it. Use a spyglass, you can also see if it's tameable or not. Because it will tell you where it says tamed, whether it's tameable or not tameable. This guy is 5 times more powerful than a vanilla dinosaur. As you can see, this is just a raptor, and this is kind of also almost matching the stats of that Rex. Pretty insane. These guys, nothing really that special about them. They're just more powerful. Take more damage, deal more damage. What more do you need? So to tame this guy, you need your Alpha Kibble. Obviously, these guys will drop the Toxic eggs, and you'd also need to kill them to get the Toxic blood. That's the same with every egg and every blood. So from the Alpha, let's move on to the Elementals. These 4 creatures. Each type of elemental, so fire, electric, caustic, and ice, can be either one of these creatures. So you can have fire, griffin, featherlight, megaraptor, archaeopteryx, so on and so forth. These guys are your next tier, and the guide isn't specific on where they place. All I know is between Alpha and Apex, but I'm not sure how much more powerful they are than a vanilla. So I'll say let's say it's 7 times more powerful. That's not exact, but I'm going to say that. So obviously all these guys have their own abilities. The ice has the ability to freeze creatures. The caustic and torpor, kind of like the wyvern, the poison wyvern. The electric can do like the lightning wyvern, and the fire does like the fire wyvern, to be honest. And the ice does like the ice wyvern. So just imagine the wyverns, but in different forms. These guys will need elemental kibble. These guys will drop feathers, which you'll need later. So you need to kill a lot of these guys. So it's good to have them breeding and kill the babies. It's savagery, but we allow it. Moving on. There's an apex. There's a bush. Go away. Just a quick note. This sparkly stuff around them doesn't appear usually. That's just because of that spirit wyvern there, which we'll get onto. So just ignore the sparkly stuff for now. I just can't have them anywhere near each other. So the apex. This is 10 times more powerful than the regular creature. You see, this thing's got 12k health. Insane damage. It's not even that many levels. That's what we've got to look forward to with apexes. Apexes for their kibble, as you can see. So now, it kind of gets a bit weird here. We're going to skip this one for now, even though you need all these eggs and stuff for it. And we're going to go to the elemental, advanced elemental, or elemental advanced. This is using your eggs from your apex and your blood from your apex, as well as your feathers, which I mentioned earlier. This is these two guys, the light and the dark. Once again, these can be the 4 different creatures, so Featherlight, Archaeopteryx, Megaraptor and Griffin, each one. And these guys are just powerful creatures. Once again, not sure where they fit. It's between this and the Omega. I'd say it's about 11 to 12 times more powerful than your basic. These guys have some crazy attacks. If you want me to go through all the special attacks and abilities all these creatures have, I will do a separate video on that. I'm just trying to keep this as condensed as possible and just show you progression. So, now, the one that everyone was really not happy with me missing is the Omega. I was not sure about this creature when I made the last video, which is why a lot of people were not happy with the video, because they are quite amazing creatures. I shouldn't have missed it. I apologise to everybody when I missed it. So, for this kibble, you need Apex and Elemental, same as the Fabled, and from here, from this one for this kibble you need Apex and Elemental as well as the feathers. And I'll say the same for Fabled while I'm here, Apex and Elemental without the feathers. Originally, the Fableds were here, but they've been altered slightly, so the Omegas are here. So now let's look at this creature. Are you ready? So the Omega creature. What's special about this guy? Well, to start with, this one is 13 times more powerful than your vanilla dino. And it also has amazing breeding abilities. That sounds very strange. Anyway, so when these guys breed, they have 4 special stats. So they have their normal stats, as you can see on the left-hand side there. But if we go into their cycle wheel, you can check these 4 different stats. These are the 4 new stats which make these creatures incredible. So for heal amount, this is the amount of health a creature can heal when it does its heal AoE. This one does 5,300,000 per AoE burst. Obviously it takes time to recharge. This stat can be from anywhere between 25,000 and 25 million. Just to put that into perspective, okay? So if you check the damage multiplier, this will basically times its damage by, in this case, 8.49. That can be anywhere between 1 and 10. You go for speed, obviously how fast the creature can move, 1.112. That can be anywhere between 1 and 3. And then damage reduction is obviously how much incoming damage the creature can take. If you get on here, 0.49. 0.49, so it's basically 0.5, makes my life easier. You'll take half the damage. So if a creature hits for 1 million, you'll only take 500k. Do you see where I'm going with this? These guys are insane. So what happens is, when you breed Omegas, the baby will take the IV stats of the nearest Omega. So obviously it'll be one of its parents, because they'll be the closest to it. Obviously you just breed these guys up until you get really good stats. So moving on from the Omega, we've got the Fabled. I know there is a black Omega over here. I will get to that. It just kind of goes a bit weird here. So, the Fabled is 16 times, which is the exact same as the Black Omega, but the guide says that one's less powerful. So this is why it's in this certain order. Fables, once again, incredible creatures, incredibly powerful. But these guys have 4 times the gathering rate of any other creature. So if I went out and gathered meat on this guy, if I was going to get 1,000 meat from something, this would give me 4,000. So if you want to gather stuff, these are the creatures to get. Now for the Black Omega. Ooh. These guys have a 2% chance of spawning, I believe. I am correct. It has a 2% chance of spawning when you breed your Omegas. This guy is 16 times more powerful as the vanilla, so it's more powerful than that guy and on par with this guy. Once again, it'll have the IV stats as well. This has IV stats of 3 million, 4.5, 1.03, 0.32. The Black Omega doesn't have better IV stats, it's just a better creature. So if you get the better creature with the better IV stats, end of days for anything else really. So Omegas, once you get to this level, are going to be your top creatures to breed. Moving on, I tried to get rid of all these plants, but they just kept spawning, so I gave up. Right, I quickly just gammed up so you guys can see a bit better. You know, it really doesn't help that guy because he's really bright. But he's really bright. Here we are, Demonic and Celestials, which are these kibbles here: Celestial, Demonic. These guys are about at the same time. You tame them at similar times. That's why they're both here on the same thing, because you take similar requirements. These guys do take Primal Blood, which is a boss tier creature. So you do have to start delving into boss tiers to tame these guys. Like I said, so that's why I'll make this boss video, just to help you guys and so you can correlate with them. But these guys can be powered up and powered down. When they're powered up, they are incredibly powerful, more powerful than usual. If you're looking at this, your Celestials will be 25 times better than the Vanilla Dino, and your Demonic will be 30 times better than your Vanilla Dino. Once again, these guys have incredible powers, which I'll show off in a different video if you wish. Then from here, you move on to the Chaos and Spirit, which are huge creatures. That's why I've had to step back. The Chaos is 35 times more powerful, and the Spirit is 45 times more powerful. To tame these guys, you're going to need to up your game. You're going to need orbs, okay? To get these orbs, they can only be crafted when you kill a Spirit Guardian and a Chaos Guardian. Spirit Guardian for Spirit Orb, Chaos Guardian for Chaos Orb. Basically huge wyverns. You do have to summon them in, as they are a boss. Like I said, I need to go through the boss tutorial to help you guys with this, but I'm trying to keep this as condensed as possible. So if you're following this guide along and you're getting along here, get to these guys, check out the boss guide. Once again, incredible stats, insanely powerful. They're crazy powerful. And this is the end of the tier. Chaos and Spirit are the last area until you get to the bosses, because some of the bosses are tameable. And once you're at these guys, you're pretty much sorted. And you should already be moving into the boss tiers, because you kind of overlap each other, which is quite annoying to make a guide, but it is what is. But here we are, as you can see, I have a few creatures over here that don't quite fit in here, because the guide says they don't fit in. You have a Buffoon. Buffoon creature is a powerful creature, can be a few different types. It can be a Ferox, Megatherium, Mesopithecus, Megapithecus, and a Nameless. These guys just have like rockets and cannons and all that crazy stuff, and do stupid damage, are stupidly fast. You see one of these in the wild when you're down at like Toxic Alpha level, run. Don't bother, run. These guys, I would say, probably fit somewhere near Celestial, maybe a bit lower, I'd say around there. Then you have Malin, which can be the Malin horse, or can be a Pteranodon. Don't know what these guys do, to be honest. It just says that they've got 3% chance of spawning. I can't tell you what these guys do, I don't know. There's nothing special about them as far as I can tell. If there is, leave it in the comments, let me know. Then we have Elders. Elders are just bigger versions of the creatures, and they're faster. and can be tamed and rideable without saddles. Obviously, none of these guys have saddles because I force tamed them. But these guys can be ridden without saddles, and as you can see, they are really fast for Hesperornis. Yeah, these guys kind of just sit outside. But you need to tame these guys. You'll need special kibble, which if you were watching beforehand, fits right in here after Apex. But I would not say these guys are Apex level. They're much higher, personally. If you can tame all those guys straight after Apex, you're in good stead. The final type of creature I want to show you is known as a corrupt creature. These creatures can only be... To make a corrupt creature, you need the corrupted spore cluster, which is made out of corrupted nodules and other things. To corrupt a creature, you basically go up to it with the cluster in its inventory. I put this in earlier. Yes, use the wheel. I can't seem to get it to work, which is really annoying for the guy. It was working earlier. Basically, to corrupt a creature, you put the spore in its inventory, and as you can see here, it says put in inventory and use multi-wheel to corrupt. So you just come back, hold E. It should be able to corrupt it, but I can't seem to find it for some reason. It seems to not be working. I don't know why. It should be. Well, basically, you'll corrupt this creature, and then it'll become a corrupted version of itself, which can have 125 to 150% extra melee and take 20% less damage. But the catch is, you need to keep on feeding it the corrupted nodules constantly, which can only be obtained from killing creatures. So they are powerful, but they take a lot of resources. So that is all the tier of creatures you will come across in this mod. Obviously, each creature has its own specific saddle. So there's alpha saddles, apex saddles, toxic saddles, so on. Elementals you can ride without saddles. Apex saddles, elementals ride without saddles, omega saddles, so on and so forth. So, if you have enjoyed this video and it has been informative in any way, obviously please leave a like. Leave a comment if I've missed anything that should be included. Please let me know, as I could have missed something again. I'm not the smartest person in the world, so I could have definitely missed something. If you are looking to watch a Primal Fear series, why not check out mine that's currently going on, so you can be on Lost Island. If you like me, my personality, all the content that I make, why not subscribe to the channel while you're here, as only 1% of you are currently subscribed. Without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video, whether it's another guide or another video of a series. Thanks for watching.